Oh, hello. Jason here, Managing Director and Auctioneer for Scammells Auctions for another edition of What's at Scammells. Let's go and have a look around.
And done.
Okay, straight into the retro section, but before we do, something a little bit special, a Pericles. Greek god, a little bit like Toby, fabulous, make a really nice design in through your house or onto a sideboard. But look at this over here, a Tessa lounge suite, 3-piece lounge. This is in pretty good condition considering it's around about 1970s or 1975, thereabouts. Really, really nice. The teak is in fabulous condition. I reckon this should get around about $400, maybe $500. Fabulous. This is really nice as well. Maybe needs to be repolished, but a good lipped coffee table. Again, I expect around about $120 to $150. Over the side here, obviously a little bit industrial here as well, but we've got a really nice sideboard, lipped handle one as well, 2 doors, 3 drawers. These are still holding some very, very good value. I expect probably around about $300, maybe thereabouts. The boys on either side, again, these sell quite well, around about $100 to $150 each, look great out in the garden. The cart wheel, always selling quite well. These ones around about $150. Flame shade, something a little bit special. This is quite nice as well. And we see these in all sorts of colours. I quite like the frosted glass, and these will get around about $120, $140. Okay, across the back, a little bit of rosewood. I'm going to cross the camera for a moment because we've got 2 cabinets. The smaller little cabinet or chest is really nice. You probably can't see the figuring as well, but the rosewood veneer is absolutely lovely. So it's a 6-drawer, it's a 4-drawer. It was going down in numbers now, but it's a 4-drawer. But good value, around about $150, $180. These not as popular, but I expect probably around about $80 to $120, but lovely cocktail cabinet as well. Man on horse. Okay, over this way, we've got, as we keep on rolling, the Victorian section. This is unusual. Nice nursing chair or parlour chair, lovely Victorian bobbin, but it's an ebonised and gold, which is a lovely piece. Don't get many of these in at all, so I should expect around about $80 to $120 plus, because it is quite an unusual piece. Across the back, dressing table, usual offenders. These unfortunately have dropped really poorly in price. We're starting to see a bit of a resurgence and comeback in the Victorian. So I expect around about $150 at the moment, but over the next years I expect these to start really increasing in value as we get back into this style of furniture. Chest of drawers the same, lovely cedar, the fabulous handles, and if you can get a close-up of the handles, these are almost like a tiger print on the handles. Fabulous mid-high Victorian type of thing, around about $400 to $600. The reproduction lamps always sell quite well, $180, $200. Mr. Moosey behind us. There we are, Doris, the deer. I expect this one, or the stag, probably not Doris so much, let's pick a male's name. Look, these still get around about $300 or $400, still quite highly sought after. There we are, Leo and Kevin at the back there. Also quite unusual, this one. It's a reproduction bronze, but of kangaroos, so very much Australiana. Okay, let's go and visit Toby and see what he has.
We have a few cannons in this week. One of the medium-sized ones, this one, reproduction, but still can do a lot of damage. And we go over to the larger cannon here, also reproduction. This will probably get around about $8,000 to $1,000. One of the, God damn it, smaller ones. This one would go at the front of the ship. Quite a heavy piece, but I'm thus strong. Probably get around about $300, $400. Matching little cabinet there. We've got some decorative sculptural boys. You can place them all around the house. More of the little temple carvings that we have in this week. And some Australian Asia or depression cabinets. Quite a few selection. Railway Captain's Light, engineers. Some industrial fans, more sculptural pieces. A few interesting rugs this week. We have a Shiraz runner right there, highly sought after. Probably get around about $200-300. And then this larger rug here, still hand woven woolen, but probably get around about $150. And then we've got something a little bit more worn. And that's it. I will go over to, we have a few selections of cigarette labels in this week. Something we haven't had in quite some time, the optometrist light box, still in great working condition. The only thing missing is the little arm that goes on there, but this will probably fetch around about $300-400. Cigarette labels in this week. This is a collection over 50 years, collected in Port Adelaide from all around the world, international. We have USA and Canada, Australian and New Zealand, quite a few ones you would recognise. More of the islands in Japan, Asia countries. Two different types of ones from Europe, including one from the USSR. Quite interesting designs on the whole entire thing. And then a whole mixture here, and then England and Scotland. And then that will be it. We'll just go into the gallery and see what Adrian has.
Thank you, Adrian. Isn't he wonderful? Now, speaking of wonderful, check this out. Fantastic collection of vintage radios this week. Starting with this beautiful 1920s crystal set in excellent working order, and beautiful set of headphones as modelled by Boris, our local DJ. Looking good. This should get around $200-300 easily. It's a beautiful piece in beautiful condition. Now, the other winner is the little Tesla classic Art Deco styling. Beautiful piece of brown Bakelite. Around about $300-350 on this one, easily. Now going through to the 60s little Nipper acrylic case, still very attractive, around about $80 on that one. And let's have a look at the yellow, quite a rare yellow Bakelite little Fleetwood. These are very, very sharp looking units. That's around about $200. And this one, a beautiful classic. This is commonly referred to as the Beehive. Around about $250-300 on that one. Very attractive piece. The larger, more utilitarian ones, still very attractive. Philips around $80-120, but these beautiful Art Deco, these two down here, the HMV with this classic Art Deco fan shape there, still hovering around the $300. Good buying. Now this is quite rare, a beautiful little Aristone. It is not red Bakelite, but the factory option of red painted one. So you could choose the colours to match your decor back in those days. And a lovely, a very attractive classic brand wooden case one. These fit in your older style homes. Lovely condition and in full restored working order. The other one is the little Nipper. Very, very sought after model despite the knobs missing. They're easy enough to find. Around about $150-250 on that one. Should find that easily. And the other mantle radios, the Hot Point, HMV, AWAs and the Astors, they're all hovering around about the $150-200. So great collection here. They're still very attractive pieces, and it's good buying these days on those. Thank you. Right, now this is quite a significant little collection here. Anyone who's into cycling or vintage cycling knows the name Dean Toseland very well. He was a very, very highly regarded champion cyclist, South Australian guy, went off overseas and did very well, but sadly his future was interrupted by the Second World War, as was many others. Amongst it we have there is his Australian 1939 championship sash here, and this one in particular, the Rainbow brand. He rode the Rainbow bikes. Signed by a multitude of riders from the 1930s. All the top names are there. We have a fantastic scrapbook here. It is absolutely brilliantly put together, and there's a few signatures in there, Oppie's signatures in there, and it is a most brilliant reference for cycling of that period. Very rare collection, and we're expecting it to do around about the $400-600, so cyclists, this is a must, this one. This is absolutely fantastic.
Okay, thanks Simon. Great collection of radios and some Dean Toseland cycling memorabilia. Fantastic to see here at Scammells. This week, however, we do have a bit of an oriental sort of collection come through. Lots of little bits and pieces. We do have a lovely piece of carved ivory, dragon decorated snakes. This is a lovely piece, all solid ivory. That's a beautiful piece. Have a look at this. This is quite a nice, interesting little piece here as well, on the little ebonised boxwood stand. As you can see, there's a good range of all sorts of everything. It looks like one of Simon's relations from way back when. He's got the similar sort of moustachy beard type area. So have a look down here. There's all sorts of goodies. There's have a look at these. There's some great decorated items. We do have a lot of touristy bits and pieces, but we do have some lovely original. Have a look at the Satsuma at the back there. It's a beautiful piece. I was talking to Pete Scammells yesterday. He said probably about 1920s, 1930s for that piece. So good piece of export wear. If you need a sword to impress your guests, have a look at that. Jewel encrusted. How fantastic is that? On the cherry wood stand as well. What an absolute stunner. I've never seen anything quite like that one. Over to this side here, Toby. Now, if you need a bit of a statement piece for your home, the elephants have got it. They certainly have. These are huge. These are lovely. They're probably about 50 centimetres tall. They are absolutely beautiful. Really encrusted with lots of colourful little stones, which is just beautiful. The bases themselves, they've got that really good aged look. So I'm not sure how old they are, but they are a lovely setting, absolutely. Through here we've got this lovely little the gentleman on the stand there. That's quite a nice little piece. Down here, silver-plated frame. Quite a nice little nude scene there as well. That's quite good. Little Netsukis, so they're quite decorated, little bits and pieces. Have a look at this, some beautiful, lovely gods sitting at the back there. The bowls, they're beautiful as well. Some lovely Chinese and Asian artefacts. This one at the back, this is quite a nice piece. That's all encrusted as well. Heavily decorated, lovely urn. So we've got some beautiful pieces this week. A great range of Orientalia. A huge range of items this week. The smalls area is absolutely full. Floor, we've got about 300 or 400 lots on the floor as well, so there's a huge amount of gear this week. So look, we'll get the photos uploaded tonight, around about 7 o'clock, so it's Friday today. Check out our website, www.scammells.com.au. We start the auction at 9 o'clock on Monday morning. We'd love to see you here.